One of the things that I try to do here on this channel is I try to prepare you guys for what is potentially coming. That's exactly what I want to do today. I want to prepare you for a potentially dark and very cold winter. Because what we are seeing is there's problems not just in the United States, but all across the world as well, mainly in Europe as well. And we're seeing problems regarding firewood, electricity, and even liquefied natural gas. These are major concerns. So today I want to fill you in on what's going on and help you get ready for a potentially dark and cold winter. First off, just want to thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. All I ask is spend just 2 seconds, go ahead, hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's begin. But I want to first start and I want to talk about shortages that we are expecting this fall and this winter. We're already seeing some of these shortages, and I've talked about some of them. Today, I do not want to talk about food shortages. I want to talk about something else. Okay? Now, in Europe, just to give you an idea, they're already anticipating a loss of roughly 50% of their crops between now and this winter. That's in Europe. Okay? We are going to feel those effects here in the United States. But here's something bigger. In Europe, they're already seeing that people are shutting off their power. Okay? They are trying to use less energy to try to conserve some energy and try to conserve money in preparation for a very cold winter. That's in Europe. Here's the reason why this matters. Europe is already seeing a shortage of liquefied natural gas. That's why they're paying like 7-8 times what we pay in the United States. That's one of the reasons why they are already preparing. Well, according to experts, the United States is not far behind in what Europe is currently experiencing. Well, let's touch on that. In the United States, one of the things that we can do is we use liquefied natural gas, we use wood, we use electricity, and a lot of it's coming from hydropower, solar power, wind power, right? We use all these things. We have a good mix. Here's the thing. We are currently in a drought, and if we're in a drought, that means the amount of electricity that we can produce from hydropower is actually minimized, which means we do not have the capacity that we once did. Okay. What about firewood? There's an abundance of wood out there, right? Well, here's what we know. According to experts, firewood costs are expected to jump by more than 60% as households prepare to not use electricity or gas to try to heat their homes. Because think about it. Should we be using electricity? Yeah, that's an option. But is that the best option because prices have obviously gone up quite a bit? No, it's not the best option. Should we use gas? Well, in some parts of the country, that's what they use. That's what we use is we use gas. Well, again, another problem. What are we seeing with liquefied natural gas? Well, it's getting more expensive. So should we be using that? Well, it's better than being cold. It's better than freezing, right? Here's the thing. What about firewood? Well, if you have a wood fireplace and you plan on using it this winter, experts say get the wood early. Get it early so you're not paying higher prices during the winter months. And we saw this last year as well. I addressed this last year. That if you are seeing that prices are going to go up, why not buy stuff early? Well, I even have a friend over at Riverside Homestead Life. And one of the things that I was talking to him about last year, I talked to him and I told him, you know what? We're seeing all these issues, and he's a great survivalist and he has a whole homestead and stuff. And I looked at him, I was like, you know what? There's people down in Texas that are needing help. What could you offer? And he said, you know what? I could show them how to heat their home without things like firewood, without electricity. And he put out some videos on a Crisco candle. He put out videos on it's like a pop can heater, and he talked about these things. So if you want some help, you want some assistance on staying warm this winter, go check out my friends over at Riverside Homestead Life and tell them that I sent you. Now, let's talk about why firewood is a great option, but you need to get on it early. One of the things that I've seen all the time is people will just go and cut down a tree and they'll toss it in their fireplace. Well, that's great. Yes, you're burning wood. Here's the problem. Good firewood has to be seasoned. And the reason why I say good firewood has to be seasoned is because it takes months, if not a year or more, to get all the water out of the wood. Because using a recently cut tree is going to cause too much smoke. It's also not going to burn as hot because there's water, there's moisture in the wood. And keep this in mind, because when we see that firewood suppliers are starting to run out, they can't just go to the forest, cut down a bunch of trees, and now they're back in stock. It takes some time. Okay, so keep that in mind. As we are seeing prices for liquefied natural gas, as we're seeing prices on electricity, as all this stuff is getting more expensive, just understand wood is also going to get more expensive as well. So it's kind of the issue we face there. Now let's address the shortage of liquefied natural gas for a second, because this has been in short supply for quite some time. And the worry amongst energy experts here in the United States is that European buyers easily outcompete US traders. And I say this because with liquefied natural gas, currently when it's being sold in Europe, okay, what you need to keep in mind is Europe is paying much more than we are here in the United States. And if you think the United States is easily going to compete because, well, we need it, so we're going to pay a little bit more, Europe isn't just paying a little bit more. Europe is paying between 7 and 8 times the price that the United States is paying for liquefied natural gas. So again, the tough thing here is the United States is not going to compete. We're already very frustrated that we're paying so much money for utilities, for energy. You think we're going to pay 7 times what we're currently paying right now? No, absolutely no way. Now, if it was life or death, yes, I know I would pay it, but at the same time, doesn't mean everybody else could. That's the problem. And here's some very scary news. According to recent reports, our underground storage chambers have not been getting packed with gas like they normally do this time of the year. Because during the spring and summer months, normally we are able to pack our underground storage chambers full of gas. However, we are far from it. It hasn't happened this year due to excessive heat. It hasn't happened there's multiple reasons why it hasn't happened. The issues with Russia and Ukraine, obviously, that kind of ties into this as well. But it's because of this issue that experts actually anticipate that we will have a supply squeeze that is only going to get worse with every single passing day. And if we have a very cold winter, which is expected, then they say we will run out of liquefied natural gas. We will likely run out of wood to burn, and we will be highly dependent on just electricity. That's an issue. Not every single home is heated and cooled by electricity. A lot of them are heated by gas, heated by wood. That's a problem. So, just wanted to fill you in on what's currently going on at this moment. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back and share all latest news and updates. Again, if you are worried about having a very dark and cold winter, go ahead and go check out the videos over at Riverside Homestead Life. Guarantee you they're gonna help. They will keep you warm, and this is exactly what you need to prepare moving into this winter. So again, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.